There's hydrogen and helium, then lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon everywhere, nitrogen all through the air, with oxygen so you can breathe, and fluorine for your pretty teeth, neon to light up the sign, sodium for salty times.
Hello, and welcome back to science class, where this week we're talking about making sounds. Okay, and next we're talking about sounds too. But today, in pages 175, 176, and 177 of the pages I gave you, you can see about how you make sounds and how the sounds that your voice comes from. Now, how does your voice work? Well, I'll tell you. I've made, it's got to be nearly 700 of these videos by now. It's got to be nearly 700 of these videos by now. And I don't know about you, I'm getting tired of the sound of my own voice. I wish I had a better voice. I like to sound maybe like James Earl Jones. He's like the voice of Darth Vader. I like to sound like him. That would be cool. But I got the voice that I have. So where does your voice come from? Well, it comes, if you take your fingers and put them right here, like this, as you talk, you can feel the vibrations. You learned about them yesterday. You can feel that little buzzing in your throat as you talk. Sound comes from vibrations. And something in your throat there is vibrating. We take a look at this here. You can see that's the computer-generated model of the inside of your throat. In the middle there, you can see that area is called the larynx. It's a section of your throat where the air that you need to speak comes from. And right there in the middle, you see two wiggling things. Those are your vocal cords. When those things move, that's where they make the sound of your voice. As you breathe in, they come out like this. As you breathe out, they come together like this. And as they wiggle, they make the sound of your voice. And if you'd like to see that happening, here is a guy with a camera in his throat. Yes, you can do that. Who is talking.
And take a breath. Again. All right.
How's that for gross, huh? I bet you didn't think you were going to see that when you woke up this morning, did you? Yes, your larynx is that little place in your throat where it's like a little box in your throat for air, and your vocal cords are the things that wiggle to make the sound of your voice. If you kind of squish them up, they make a very high sound like this. And if you relax your vocal cords, they make a very low sound like this. The tighter that they get, the higher your voice goes. And the looser that they get, the lower your voice goes. That's how it works. That's why talking in a very high voice sometimes makes your throat hurt. Because you're scrunching up your vocal cords. Well, how about people who can't talk? What do? Well, they have something called sign language. On page 176 of your papers there, you can see it's called the American Manual Alphabet. And that is how people who don't have voices can talk. Maybe you've seen them around. It's called sign language. What you have in your paper there is the thing for American Sign Language. It's different all over the world. Different countries have their own. That's how you do it in American. Sign language was invented by monks who could not talk, who chose not to talk, to have a vow of silence, so they would have little hand gestures to say what they're trying to say. In sign language, in American Sign Language anyway, I know a few things. This here is the symbol for yes. This means no. I don't know why that means no, but it means no. Okay? And if I wanted to say that I was telling you this, I would say it like this. I would say, I am telling you. Okay? That's called sign language. That's how that works. It's how people who have no voice talk. Animals also have larynxes and vocal cords. Some of them, most of them do, some of them don't. For instance, you will never hear a spider scream, no matter how hard you step on it, because spiders don't have vocal cords. They don't need them. Okay? But your dog does, your cat does. Okay? A lot of the birds that you hear, that's how they talk. Air comes through their larynxes and wiggles their vocal cords. And that's how they talk. That's where your voice comes from. So there you go. You learned something today, I hope. Let's go over your questions here real quick before we go. Question number 1. What is the part of your throat that holds the air for your voice called? And that is called the larynx. The larynx. Question number 2. What is the part of their body that makes your voice called? Those are your vocal cords. Your vocal cords. And number 3, how do people with no voice talk? And the answer to that is they use sign language. Sign language. Okay. All right, so there you go. That's all we have for today. You have a test tomorrow. Make sure you study these questions from today and from yesterday, and you'll do fine on the test. So goodbye, and I will see you tomorrow.